Going into the 2019 season after an unlucky 2018 season, and I guess I really shouldn't say unlucky. I did a lot more management last year, and I was passing up 3 and 4 year old bucks. Every opportunity they gave me was just it had been a perfect shot. I just knew I wouldn't be satisfied taking a 3 or 4 year old whenever I knew it had full potential for the 2019 season. In June, I used Onyx hunts, and me and Tyler actually found a spot on my property in the front part of the timber that I'd never hunted, and I thought it'd be worth a shot. Well, we finally found a spot that we thought would be worth looking into, because the front part of our property is mainly thicket, big bedding area. Yeah, it's got some draws and some creeks, but it's just hard to access without bumping a bunch of deer. It was a great spot in between bedding and food. And we hung a camera up in there the first day we went and looked at it. And then a few weeks later, we went in and hung a stand and cut some shooting lanes. Actually, we built a stand in the woods that day and cut a bunch of shooting lanes. 23rd of October, we started shelling that corn. I was very anxious to get in there and check that camera. I knew we were heading down there the night before, and I grabbed my iPad and my SD reader, and I had Dad drop me off from the combine while he was taking the inrows off. Well, I go in to find out, as if my luck wasn't good enough from the 2018 season, it carried over to what I thought was going to be a long 2019 deer season, because that camera had stopped working. And the last picture we got, I think, was July 27th. And I was upset, angry, you name it. I mean, 3 months just down the drain. Even though I had no clue what was using that part of the property, I still felt like I needed to be in there with the weather we'd been having. The morning started pretty slow, honestly. We had 2 does kind of show up, and we had a few other does moving around. We could hear what we thought were deer moving in the woods, so we kind of held off on our interview, hoping that first light, hopefully a buck would come check them scrapes. Well, when we got in the stand first off, we realized we forgot half the camera arm in my truck. So that instantly made it to where my cameraman Dalton, he was just having to freehand that whole hunt. About 8 o'clock, I think, we started hearing some noises behind us, and me and Dalton got to talking. We knew that wasn't a squirrel jumping limb to limb. I mean, it just sounded like a tree was getting destroyed somewhere behind us. At the time, the fog was rolling in, and they were so thick behind us because we're set up right by a bedding area. I mean, you just couldn't see, but we heard it probably 2 or 3 times, and I looked at Dalton after probably 5-10 minutes of not hearing it again, and I said, I'm gonna try to grunt. I said, we can't really lose anything at this point. So I hit the grunt call, and as always, we were looking in the woods. We figured something would be coming out of that thicket. We were almost positive a buck was going to be playing the wind, and he was going to come in downwind from the woods. Well, little did I know, as I was down on my foot looking at my phone, I was getting ready to text, I think Tyler, he was not too far from us, and Dalton tapped me on the shoulder and said, you have a shooter on your side out front.
come in off a cornfield. It had been foggy. We'd been hearing some activity over there. It sounded like making scrapes. I blew a grunt call probably 20 minutes ago. And I looked up and he came in right there and Dalton said, Reece, there's a buck. And I said, where? And he said, on your side. And I turned and looked and it's just an absolute giant. So we're gonna wait plenty. I gotta let Tyler know he's sitting not far from us. Alright, well, it's been a crazy morning. We've had deer on us from first light, a few does here and there. We kept hearing deer, so that pushed back our interview till about 8 o'clock. And at 8:15, we had that monster come in. I'm pretty sure I smoked him. It's 8:50. We're getting ready to climb down. We're gonna look at the arrow. Then we're gonna meet up at the truck. I'm not gonna go look for that deer yet. We're gonna give him plenty of time to expire.
Watching that arrow go through that buck whenever he got right in that shooting lane, I mean, I can't even explain it. I was so tore up from him. I mean, he jumped about 6 feet off the ground, it looked like, and I instantly just started shaking like there was no tomorrow. And I think I fist bumped Dalton about 6 or 7 times. I tried calling people. I couldn't hardly call people. I was shaking so bad, and I just couldn't believe that it just happened. I would like to say thanks to my cameraman Dalton, my brother-in-law Shane, and even Tyler. I mean, everybody there was a huge part of helping. And I mean, just seeing everybody smile, they were hyping me up, and just putting my hands on that deer for the first time and seeing all the smiles on everybody else's face was just unbelievable. And I mean, just to have that video, or that deer on video being shot, that was a huge kickoff for Wicked Ridge Media.